You and Kyle here throwing the lead stones for Team Whyte. Whyte looks really nice on this. They're going hard to get it by the guard. Doesn't look like they'll quite get it by. Stops a little bit short of the house as well after clipping the guard. So they'll have a pair of corner guards there, but a chance for Epping to keep building in the center of the sheet here. My name is Adam Gilbert. Appreciate you joining us here on this Sunday afternoon. We'll also be having coverage of the finals later on at around 3:30 p.m. today, so please stay tuned for that as well. And for anyone interested in watching the Tabitha Peterson and Rebecca Morrison game, that one is also being streamed on YouTube on the Stu Sells channel with full commentary as well.
Real tight here, tight.
Get over curve.
Weight's good, halfway.
Patrick Jansen throwing the second stones here for Team Epping.
Halfway right now, John.
Looking to just throw a halfway guard.
Whoa. Really rough. Whoa.
Whoa.
Looks like it's going to over curl a little, wanting it to stop as quick as they can so they at least cover part of the reds in the house. Almost gets all the way to center line, so those reds are almost fully exposed. However, they're angled a little bit, which makes it hard to get them both when throwing it past the guard there.
You have to go across the face or roll the shooter.
So Ross looking to run the guard back at the pair of those reds, hoping to try and remove them all here. The guard back, doesn't get anything in the house there, and leaves their shooter up as a high guard in front of those reds. This is going to create a big opportunity here for Epping. Getting lots of rocks in play here. Has to be careful that he doesn't try and line up something though here for Team Whyte. Those two reds are queued up to go almost right towards the forefoot.
Try and tap it.
They're looking to use that lineup here themselves, knowing that if they hit that top red, the back red will automatically go directly right towards the side of the button and behind that guard.
I thought you were tight.
And then hoping they can leave a bit of a stagger with their reds out front.
Yes, what we think, yeah.
A weight. Sounds like the sweepers think it's all there. Maybe a little heavy. Curling hard to try and get as much of this red as they can.
That is a good sweep, man. Okay, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Gets a little tap on it, pushes the red back to the top forefoot, leaves a little bit of stagger on those reds in front. If that overlaps stagger, they won't be able to run the red that's in behind the yellow guard back into the red that's now on the forefoot. They'll just try and eliminate those two reds at the top of the house for this shot. Duncan McFadgen throwing the second stones for the Whyte team here. Looks pretty good there. Gets the double takeout. Rolls the shooter away to leave things a bit more open. Leaving Team Epping sitting one. Just biting the top forefoot there.
Sorry, bud. Just tight.
Still a good setup here for Team Epping. They have a good chance to try and build double guard in front of this rock in the house.
That's out of the rings, John?
It's not.
I think it's best if it's buried. I mean, if this is buried, if not, then I'll try to go here.
Okay.
So Team Whyte still will have a good chance of getting a rock in there later on if they need to bail out. But Epping hoping to put a lot of pressure on them here and maybe get a force this end.
Okay, whoa early, whoa early. Whoa early.
Easy.
Whoa.
Easy.
Whoa. Close. Whoa. Close. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Line's good.
Yep.
Whyte's looking really good here.
Whoa.
John trying to just manage the line in.
We need to stop. We need to stop. We need to stop. Good, Matt.
Settles in to the top 12, biting the top 8 foot. dead behind that high guard there. So really good shot there from Matt Cam. Now Robin Bryden throwing the Vice Stones for Team Whyte, doing the run back attempt here at those.
Yeah, oh.
Runs it back and just misses. Second time this end that Team Whyte has just missed that run back attempt. And that opens the door again for Team Epping.
What are your thoughts, Pat? 4 feet less? What do you think?
Just going to look to set up another guard here in front. Like the stagger they have in the house. They like the positioning they have there. Don't want to impact that at all.
I'll give you some
just looking to make Whyte force his way in if he's looking to get rid of those.
Stay close.
Yep.
Looks like it's hanging out there.
Straight.
Looked like it just a little heavy. Line hung out there a little bit. So they've lined it up in the house here. All three reds now queued up onto each other there. At that point, you're hoping that one of them or two of them will just kind of get stuck in there if Whyte tries to blast these.
I'll give
The shooter, though, from the Red Rocks stayed out, though, in the open a bit. So Whyte has access to this. He's going to try and do some clearing up of these. Even if he only gets rid of two of the Reds, it's a very productive shot for them. It'll obviously get rid of the one that's closest to the 4 foot there as well, giving them more space in the house.
Good shot.
Very nice shot there. Gets one red out the back, a second red spilling out to the side. The top red, though, did roll and still is biting the top 8 foot, slightly covered, while the shooter rolled all the way under the yellow guards in the full 12. However, it is red sitting one there in the 8 foot.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too.
That's a tough stick, is it not?
Oh, it's impossible to stick.
Discard it.
It's not bad, John. Yeah, my thought was either this or that.
Let's go back.
You like that?
Yeah, that's fine.
John thinking rather than try and make any play on the yellow rock up there or even do anything with his own red, thinking the best course of action is to try and draw a second one in the house, position it where a double takeout would be extremely difficult for Team Whyte. So looking to draw the back 8 foot here.
Back 4 should be fine.
And going under the corner guard as well for this. Only danger of coming back here could be that if he puts it there, Whyte might be able to freeze on the face of it, making John's next shot a little more difficult to try and keep him to one.
Back 4, back 8. Back 8. Okay. Line's never an issue. Starting to curl hard now. Back 8.
Sweepers like the weight, it looks like. That camera reminding them they want to be back of the house here.
Gotta keep going.
You gotta go.
Gotta keep going.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Good.
Didn't quite get there. It started digging in and curling hard on them and ended up just staying back 4. As much as that looks optically like a great spot for Team Epping, this could be a big
to make the
chance
roll
for
really good
Team
and
Whyte
kill it.
here.
You know what I mean? For the weight you've got to throw. I'm kind of seeing the double. Or do we throw this just now?
Whyte saying he's seeing the double. It's very thin, but with the right weight, he can keep the shooter on this double if he can make it.
What are you saying, roll here?
He just needs to. If he just needs to roll anywhere here, though.
If we don't make nose, it's not great. Easy.
Yeah. A quarter.
Yeah.
Ross has
Thin quarters.
chosen to go for the double here.
Quarter's stuffing straight into it.
Ross is an excellent
Quarter's
hitter.
almost up and out, but
I expect him to be quite close on this here.
quarter's a thin quarter.
The hard part with a double like this is after you hit the first rock, your rock is coming back at such a steep angle towards the second one that it might spill back up towards the top of the house afterwards. And with the liveliness of these rocks, you need to hope that it doesn't spill right on out of the house afterwards. Gets the first one, gets the second one, spilling up towards the front, but right towards that red. An amazing shot there by Ross Whyte. Sitting 2 now. Just an incredible job there to hit that first one so thin to make sure they make contact on the second and keep the shooter in the house there.
Yeah, 2/3.
So John going to play the hit and roll here. Needs to try and make sure he doesn't give up more than 2 this end. So he's going to make sure he eliminates one of the yellows in the house, the open one here. But if he can get in big roll and try and get all the way across the other side of the house, that'll make it very hard for Ross to still get his 2 this end.
Clean.
Looks like he's just going to hit this on the outside. Going to spill the yellow and his shooter. So this will be likely a draw here for Ross for 2.
It's my fault.
Just picking his path there. So he'll just need a piece of the house here for his deuce.
The only other thing you can do is throw the outturn that they've been throwing.
I'm going to Subway, pick up some sandwiches for Rick and I. Do you want something? Sure, that'd be great. Please, just send me a messenger, tell me text, tell me what you want.
So Team Whyte didn't throw too many draws this end. However, his team would have been watching Epping's team's weights, checking the times on their stones. They'll have a pretty good idea of what the time needs to be here.
Line's good.
Helpful. Belt there if anything.
Line's not an issue.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Running a touch.
Line's fine.
Line looks very good here. Just coming in towards the center. Just need a piece of the paint. And there it is. There will be the 2. Drops it right in the 4-foot for the deuce. 2-0 Whyte going to the second end, and we'll be right back. right, we're back here for the second end of the semifinals here for the Stu Sells Oakville Tankard. Team Ross Whyte with an excellent pair in the first end to go up 2-0 versus Team John Epping. Epping now with the hammer here in the second end, throwing the red stones.
Keep going. Whoa.
Jason Cam's second stone coming into the house here. Looks like they're going to just do a little tap on that yellow rock on the button. But a very nice shot there, getting the line perfectly lined up for that freeze. So just a quick update, you can see on your screen there, Team Mowat taking 2 in the first end versus Team Schuster, so they'll lead going into the second end. On the women's side, Team Rebecca Morrison taking 2 in the first end against Team Tabitha Peterson. And a blank between Team Strauss and Team Ha in our other women's semifinal.
No, White's good. Line's good. White's good. Not good. Small bones. Small bones. Well then.
Duncan McFadgen here throwing the second stones for Team Whyte, looking to just freeze on top of that red-yellow combination, hoping to get towards the inside of it there. A little on the outside does create a bit of a stagger though, which is a good positioning for them. One thing you can often expect with a John Epping game is plenty of rocks in play. He's not scared of mixing it up with even the best teams out there.
I think it was just like
likes that aggressive style, so that'll hopefully be great for our viewing purposes today.
I didn't really want to leave it, just it didn't look as wide as what Ross has kind of got to.
Patrick Jansen throwing the second stones for Team Epping here.
Yep.
Back 4.
Yep.
T. Just top button down. It's digging. It's digging.
Whyte coming down.
Still
not getting quite to the inside there. Good lineup though still for Team Epping. Would like that red that's on the button to be a little more lined up on the yellow that's now back 4. Looks like it would clip it if it goes by, but not quite totally lined up there.
Not sure.
Team Whyte just going to try and freeze on the inside corner of that red in the 8-foot now.
Okay, line's okay. Whoa, 12 tight. Line's great. Hair high. Line's good.
This is almost a game of chicken here between the two teams. We'll wait and see which team blinks first here on lining up all these here in the center. At some point, one of these teams is going to decide that they're not a big fan of these angles and need to change them up significantly.
Good. 15-8.
Just back 12. Just here.
John looking to clip off that yellow that was just thrown. That's in the top 8-foot there with back 12 weight, as you heard him say. Hoping to keep the shooter off to the side underneath the corner guard, hoping that could come into play for them a little later on. This is where the game has really evolved. Smart choice of weights by a lot of the players when moving their opponent's stones to make sure that you keep your rock in as good a position as possible to use later on. Chips it over, rolls the shooter over, not quite underneath the corner guard there, but off to the side. The yellow comes out the other side in the top 8-foot. Lots of angles coming into play here. Red currently sitting 1. However, Team Whyte is got second and third shot there in the 4-foot.
Can we hit and roll into a spot where it stops it? Easy, just a hair high. Okay.
Looks like Ross thinking this is a good time to try and remove a couple reds here. So just trying to hit the red a little on the outside. You heard him say a hair high. That means just a bit on the outside of the rock here. They want to, again, keep their shooter, but they're hoping to get rid of 2 reds. Probably lose their yellow at the back of the 4-foot as well, as the red that's on the button will go by and clip it. Very nice shot. In fact, did not clip the yellow at all. All the yellows stick around. 2 reds go out here. And it's now yellow sitting at least 3, possibly even 4.
I don't know. Try to plant and roll into this pile, but it is scary.
Yeah, they are currently sitting
Sort of
4,
what I was
so
seeing.
John's thinking if he can run his red onto the yellow that's in the side of the 8-foot there, his shooter will then also roll towards the pile of yellows off on the left-hand side of your screen. Might be able to get 2 of them out of there and leave reds in a couple good spots after this.
Third quarter. I'm happy to plant that and just stick this.
Yep.
This will be a pretty big weight here coming from Matt Cam.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Looks very close.
Oh, Jesus. Trying to catch the rock, John. Good shot.
Sticks the shooter
Sorry, guys.
over on the top 12, kills 2 of the yellows, and the red that they ran back into, it spun and corner froze on the yellow in the back 4-foot. Amazing action on that shot there, and a big improvement there for Team Epping as they go from Team Whyte sitting 4 to Epping now sitting shot rock.
Quite normal, no control. So just small tap. Try and hold on the nose.
Sure.
Just try.
What's the minimum weight we could throw at that to nose it and be good? Like the kill that.
Control's close, normal's good, I think.
Shall we throw the run?
Play a bump if you want.
I like the bump.
Okay, back 8.
Yep. Try and hold that back yellow to lie force off the can.
The White team not wanting to lose their yellow if they can avoid it, although they did discuss how much weight could they throw and remove both the red and the yellow there while sticking around. They've decided that instead they'll just play a little quiet tap, unlock the red yellow, keep their yellow at the back of the 8-foot approximately, and just keep their shooter on top of the red there if they can. Line's really close here. Just wanting to be right around nose on this red. Perfect little tap, keeps the yellow red lined up, unlocks the yellow, pushing it to the back 8, allowing Team Whyte to sit 1st, 3rd, and 4th in the house right now. You can see there how well that yellow is positioned on top of the Epping stone.
The only way I see us getting really out of this is
going to make it very difficult for John to make that red count.
back 12, John.
Yeah.
So they're going to do a similar kind of activity here, try and unlock that yellow-red, pushing it backwards. Likely that red will go straight back, so it's important that they stay a little staggered on top of the yellow rock after they hit it, so that any angle will be going away from this red that they're pushing back.
Whoa.
Easy.
Whoa.
Easy. Close.
Whoa. Pat.
Pat really trying to push this over here. Looks like it's a little heavier than what they were wanting. Makes contact, pushes the red, not quite through, but all the way to the back 12 there. The shooter not able to stay on top of the yellow stone as well, so Team Whyte's yellow rock pushed right over onto the button. Now sitting shot there with the center guard there in behind. And now looking to hit this Epping stone to once again sit for this end if they can. You saw Ross motion that he'd like to roll back towards the center here, hoping that they can stay right on top of the rock on the button there and really make this a very difficult score for John. Throwing his first stone here in the second end.
Clean. Go on, Carl. Hi, Carl. Carl. Whoa.
Great little shot there. Perfect roll right on top of his rock on the button, lining them up there. Almost fully buried behind that center guard. Team Whyte now sits 4 here with John with 2 stones to go in the second end.
For you.
Yeah, it's just he's going to take it away from us. So. Yeah. Let's try and tap it back 8, back 12. Edge of the 4. Try and just get her going.
Yeah, just back 8.
Yeah.
So John trying to make sure that he's got an opportunity to score if he can. Looking to just throw a heavy draw, tap one of the yellows back here
back 8.
To unlock them. Because right now it would be very difficult for him to get both of those yellows off the button and keep a shooter around. So making sure he tries to get some action on them on his first one, hoping that there's no locked pair of rocks on there when he comes up to throw his second.
Close. Whoa. Yeah,
Pat.
Whoa.
Pat. Gotta go, Pat.
Calling
Gotta
Pat
go,
on
Pat.
for the line, trying
Gotta
to
go,
push
Pat.
it over
Keep
as far
going,
as they
keep going,
can.
keep going, keep
As far
going.
as they can. Pretty close to nose he got there. Very good shot. Pushes the yellow rock that was on the back button to just biting the back 4. Leaves his shooter corner frozen on that yellow. So it is now only Team Whyte sitting 1. Epping is sitting the second shot there. It's a good spot there for Epping. If Whyte were to go after it and try and hit it, likely his yellow's going to go as well, and that would really open up the 4-foot for John. So that would help get him out of the end if Ross were to make a play hitting that. So you can hear Ross talking about different options, possibly even a guard here.
Very thin, isn't it? Good chance he kind of goes out the way.
So thinking that John's easiest option to score here would be just to play a similar kind of heavy tap on that one. He's just going to guard that red rock in the top of the 4-foot and make John throw something a bit more challenging here to try and score. That will likely lead to John playing something that might even be for 2 as well. But Ross is quite happy taking away the simplest shot here and forcing John into something that really ups the level of difficulty. Ross Whyte with his second and last rock here in the second end.
Here now, a little bit early. Line's good.
Slow dunk, always dunk.
Where?
Over and up.
Looks like this is over-curling a little bit. They just want this to stop. Any sweeping would just help drag it further but make it curl a bit more. Over-curling a little bit. You can see a part of the red stone is open there. That still likely is John's easiest opportunity to score. He quickly agrees. Puts the broom down. can see based on that angle, the red-yellow combination is not lined up to go directly at that yellow at the back of the forefoot there. However, there is a bit of a drag effect when two stones are locked together like that. We'll see if it can come back and clip that yellow at the back of the forefoot. This could be for 2.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean. Pat. Clean.
Gets by the guard there. Going to make some solid contact, punches the yellow out, and sits there for shot. So 1 for Team Epping. A bit of a moral victory with how much trouble they were in, but they'll now trail 2-1 after 2 ends going into the 3rd, and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu Sells team's brand new listing. And you know what? I've always said the 4 key things of real estate are location, layout, quality, and uniqueness. And oh my God, check out this location. We're on Lower Babby Point down in the Humber Valley. And who doesn't want to live here? It's like being in the country, but you live in the core of the city. We have the gorgeous Humber River, parks, bike path. You can walk down this bike path and you'll be at the Old Mill, beautiful place. They have a spa, nice hotel, restaurant. You can go to the Jane subway station. You want to get downtown. You go up the hill and you're in the Junction, all the funky shops, cafes, one of my favorite areas in the city. And you know what? This home is quality. We have a solid detached brick, beautiful house. We have 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a stunning addition off the back with a huge living room. You go upstairs, we have cathedral ceilings in the prime bedroom. It has a wood-burning stove. We have a gorgeous stone fireplace in the living room. Kitchen's done, hardwood floors, crown molding, a sauna in the basement for those winter nights if you want to go in the sauna and get warm. And we have 2 exits in the basement. Tons of potential, apartment, in-law suites, so much. You know what? Uniqueness, you want cool? This house is super cool. On the main floor, we have a Gothic-style stained glass window from a demolished church in Quebec. In the prime bedroom upstairs, a gorgeous 19th century stained glass window shipped imported from Ireland. So cool. We have a ton of skylights, a ton of light. If you want light, this is the place. Also, oh my God, I'm afraid of the best thing. Backyard, private drive, concrete garage, beautiful, serene, idyllic setting, beautiful mature trees, gorgeous garden, so peaceful, so quiet. And you know what? The layout is awesome. 3 bedrooms, great living room, tons of room, tons of space in the basement, gorgeous kitchen. You know what? This home is so unique and so cool. You're going to be blown away by it. So go to stusells.ca, see all the videos, the pictures, the tour, the floor plans, and give me Stu a call.
For the 3rd end here. Team Whyte with a 2-1 advantage over Team Epping after John made a nice double tap in the 2nd end to get his point. So Team Whyte will have the hammer here in the 3rd end, throwing yellow. Jason Cam here throwing a takeout on a yellow stone that slid a little bit into the house there. So bit of a break for Team Epping to get to hit one so early here. It does stick around in the house there themselves, so Whyte will return favor on this hit, see if they can get a hit and roll in behind their corner guard. Team Whyte will probably play this end a little more open and defensive if they can here. Wouldn't mind blanking the 3rd end and moving hammer into the even numbered ends if they could while having the scoring advantage right now.
Almost body. Clean. Out.
miscommunication there as Ross was trying to call out to sweepers. Maybe they are having a hard time hearing him out on the ice. Got on it a little later there. Unfortunately, the shooter rolls out of the house. They do make the hit, though, on it. Team Epping now going to look to take advantage of that break. See if they can draw one in behind their center guard.
A little bit early if you
Real
can.
close.
We're okay, you're okay.
Jansen
Wait's
here
good.
from
You're okay.
Stone.
Top 4.
You're okay.
Top
You're
4
okay.
T.
Whoa.
T.
Whoa,
T.
line's good.
Should dig a little.
T on
Line's
its own
good.
here.
No, I got heavy on the clock. I got heavy
We're
on the
behind back
Like
4
the
now.
weight, but
Yeah, I
it's
got heavy
carrying
on
a
the
bit,
clock.
not having as much curl as they initially expected it to.
Cut.
Ends up coming to the back of the forefoot. Mostly fully buried, but definitely a little deep than they wanted there.
Air firm. Easy hack. Go.
Just playing a quiet tap here is
Weight's
Team
coming
White.
down. Clean. Wait, really good. Clean. Yep.
Need to keep the weight down to make sure they get by this guard here, but trying to remove the red still if they can. Tapping it back, rolling their shooter off to the side of the 8-foot, fully open there.
Not behind the tee line
A
about it.
very good shot there from Team White. Team Epping will just look to try and
should be
hit
fine.
this.
I think you're okay.
They'll be okay if they hit this nose or if they can get a roll under that center guard there and bring the play back towards the middle.
I think you can, yeah.
Quick update on some of our other semifinals. Team Mowat has taken a 3-0 lead over Team Schuster after 2 ends of play. They're in the third right now. Team Ha of Korea has taken a 5-0 lead over Team Strauss after 2 ends of play. And Team Rebecca Morrison with a 2-0 lead still over Team Tabitha Peterson after the second end was blanked, and they're also in the third end of play right now.
Wait, was good? Pair up. I got the strong legs right now.
Robin Bryden here throwing this hit. Want to make sure they stick around so that Epping doesn't have a free attempt around that center guard again. It's a little roll away. Would have liked to maybe roll another couple inches further away to make this roll tougher for Team Epping. Epping hoping to get this back under the center though and try and force a miss if they can, or some kind of half shot out of Team White if possible to give them a new opportunity to go around that center guard and try and put it in a little better position above the tee line. Looks like they're going to get a little bit of a roll, not quite under. Going to be fully open here again for Team
Fancy
White.
this? Yeah.
Ross now thinking this is a good time to
A little bit
roll
more if you
towards his
want.
corner guard.
You can.
It's high enough in the house that if he rolls over and gets behind his corner guard, he won't
Control to normal.
roll too far out of the house from the depth perspective. Additionally, if he can take this and get it over by his corner guard, it'll make it very difficult for Team Epping to try and ignore it and keep going around the center guard. Pushing hard to try and get the curl just across the nose, and they only roll to the back of the button here near the center line.
I think so, right?
Good opportunity here for Team Epping to try to make a freeze on top of that rock here.
Go this out turn, or you thinking this in?
Well, I'm just thinking the end's easier to get to with line, out turn, that's all.
Okay.
I think so.
You can argument could be made for John to potentially just play a tap on this and remove it in order to avoid getting into an opportunity where he could give up 2. But he's sensing an opportunity here to maybe get a steal out of this and willing to take a bit of a chance. Also knowing that if his freeze is done really well, any attempt to remove his red would also likely remove the yellow rock from the button as well. This rock is curling pretty hard early on here. They're going to have to be very careful where they leave this, as it looks like it's over curling a bit for the yellow.
Yep. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
Make
going.
sure they hold the line, tap it back a little bit. Pretty good result there. They're able to stay basically fully buried behind that center guard right on the top button. The little piece of the red that is showing is out on the side where if it's attempted to be played by Team White, they'll be tapping it right back into the yellow rock in the back of the 4.
I think it's tightened up and if I
good
cut
angle
this, you have to
left
make
there
something good. We got
by
one
Team
lead.
Epping.
I agree.
Looks like Ross is going to try and do a very similar shot. Try and come around that center guard, tap the red back.
The main thing is just hold it right behind.
Create a bit of a pocket even,
and then leave the.
and try and make sure he's sitting as well positioned between the 2 rocks after he taps the red back, so that it's very difficult to remove his yellows. So
Slightly different to the Whyte's post side.
Ross with his first here in the 3rd end.
I'm not.
Turn hard.
Yeah, it's scared the hell.
Wants to curl.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
This rock curling very hard towards that center guard. They need to get it by here. Just gets by, and look at this.
On the red.
Excellent shot. Taps the red all the way to the back 12, leaving Ross Whyte sitting 2 on the 4-foot. Their shooter did roll exposed here, so John quickly goes and motions for the broom there, looking to make the double takeout on these yellows. Will be very hard for him though to keep a shooter. I don't think he's going to focus on that. He wants to make sure both these yellows go so that Ross has no chance of getting a pair this end. So expect pretty good weight here from John on this rock. Comes. Big sweep call here. Needs to get by. Gets by. Hits them. Will they both get out? Doesn't quite get the second yellow out of the house. It sticks around at the side of the 12-foot. That could be a big break here for Team White. They'll now have a nose hit for 2. This kind of hit is a little trickier sometimes than people realize. The red rock they're hitting is deep in the house, and there's not a lot of room for error for Whyte on this to stick around. If he hits a little off nose, he quickly could roll out of the house because it's so near the
I just said yes,
back
and
of
then
the
I
house.
went quiet.
Yeah, it sounded like a quick, like, okay, like we're in a good spot now. And
Yeah.
Last rock here, the 3rd end. Ross Whyte throwing a nose hit for 2 to try and take a 4-1 advantage. Here clean coming from the house. This looks really nice. Right on the nose. That'll be 2 yellows, so it'll be 4-1 for Team Ross Whyte heading to the 4th end.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu Sells team's brand new listing. And we are out here in Waterdown. And you know what? If you are sick and tired of being in the city, you know, we all love Toronto. I love Toronto, but you know what? Maybe it's a little bit too crowded. Maybe there's a little bit too much gridlock. Maybe there's no place to walk and go see cool stuff. So come on out to Waterdown. It's awesome. Beautiful little village you can walk, great shops, cafes. We have the Waterdown Memorial Park just over the street. It's got a splash pad, baseball diamond. It's got a skateboarding thing for kids. We have a huge Fortino's. I was in there today getting flowers. It's crazy, that store. It's unbelievable. So you have Bike Pass, and you have the Bruce Trail, and you have a ton of parks. And we're in this lovely, quiet little subdivision. And look behind me, just say friggin' gorgeous. This house is spectacular. Custom built, beautiful finishes. We have decor black stainless steel appliances, quartz counters throughout, 3/4 inch white oak hardwood floor, ceramic tile. You want light, you want windows, you want bright. This house is gorgeous, super modern, open concept main floor, living, dining. It's got a butler's pantry, this office on the main floor. Upstairs we have 3 bedrooms, and you know what? Every bedroom gets their own bathroom. And the master has a steamed glass shower in it with a beautiful soaker tub. It's just luxury, luxury, high-end, luxury, high-end, luxury, high-end. This home is gorgeous. So go to StuSells.ca, see all the photos, the videos, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour.
All right, welcome back to the 4th end here of the semifinals of the Stu Sells Oakville Tankard. For those who are just watching our commercial break there, that's a place that Stu Sells Realty just listed this past week in Waterdown. If you're looking for a fabulous modern home in Waterdown, definitely give that one a look. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous house. Here we are in the 4th end now with Team Whyte with a 4-1 advantage, getting a fortunate break there on a double attempt by John Epping last end that just didn't quite get the second rock out of the house, so they were able to hit for 2 and take the lead here. John
really
with the hammer here in the 4th end, throwing the red stones. They'll look to try and put a little more aggression in this end here, knowing that they need to try and get a pair to get back in this game.
Got it, Carl, then. Getting close to it now.
As we mentioned at the start, hammer was decided before this game based on the incoming record of the teams who had the better record through pool play. Team Ross Whyte actually went undefeated in pool play. They had a tough road, but they had victories over Pat Ferris of Grimsby, Glenn Howard of Penetanguishene, Michael Fournier of Toronto, and Sam Steep of Kitchener-Waterloo. And then in the quarterfinals earlier this morning, they defeated Owen Purcell of Halifax, Nova Scotia. So they've definitely been on a roll this week, playing some great curling out here. Team Epping, only one blemish on their record. They went 3-1 in pool play. They had wins over Warren Smith of Collingwood, Jordan McNamara of Ottawa, and Matt Manuel of Halifax.
Top 4
but
T.
did lose a decision to Corey Top
Top 4
of
T.
Duluth, Minnesota. And then this morning, Team Epping defeated Michael Fournier of Toronto to advance into the semifinals. So still some excellent quality curling from both teams, and that's the path they each took to get here.
If he can throw it like that, it's fine. He's just got to slide wider.
So
not
a
giving
little
me-
clip of the guard there by Pat Jansen. You can hear John saying, you know, the way he's throwing is just leading to a little extra curl, so we just need to get a bit wider on those in order to get around. Ross, seeing the number of guards piling up here, doesn't want this to keep growing. Wants to do a little bit of cleanup here, so looking to kill a couple guards on the left-hand side, the overlapped yellow and red, hoping maybe to spill his shooter over into the house,
Just main thing
or
is just
roll
make this
over
roll
and kick
here.
that third red.
You're not even big barrier, I don't think.
Lean in. Make it hot. Make it hot. Barrier.
No, I think it's
Down
for the end for
barrier,
better
find
kick.
the barrier.
End's better. Barrier's good, though. Let's go.
Last decision there they made on the roll is just to try and roll the center line actually here. Use that as a center guard for themselves.
Fire.
Trying to get two things out of one here. Kill a couple other guards and get a center guard for himself.
Straight.
This rock really moving. Sometimes you get that outside sweeper going and it goes a lot more than you expect. Gets pretty good roll out of this. Spills his shooter over to be a corner guard and ticks that red corner guard further over, while the yellow that had been locked on the other red guard spills into the house. So now you can see they're actually sitting three. John not deterred here though, sees an opportunity to hit this red on the back of the button and roll under that pile of rocks on the side of the house there right now. Board weight, a little more than John was looking for.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Right away, Jason Cam gets on that rock to try and make it curl.
That's good, Jay. Sweet.
Gonna get it to nose. Unfortunately, not able to get the roll under that they were looking for though. So now Team Whyte will try and do the exact same idea themselves, see if they can get the roll under here.
Rolls away, straight drop.
We rolled under. We'd over if we rolled under. This is like just about splitting the T-line just now. So we're going to be back running. All the way,
Go wide then.
just one here.
Yeah. Hot.
Robin Bryden here throwing the third stones for Team Whyte. Settle on hack weight they're going for here to try and get that roll under.
Close.
Clean.
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 Yep.
Yeah. Oh. Clean. Yeah. Oh. Curl.
Rolling away now here
10.75.
instead of going under.
I didn't realize it was that one. I know you said it was farmer side, but
Rolls all the way to the side 12. Once again sitting 3 though. Their rocks spread out.
75. Can I put 11.5?
As I mentioned, John will be aggressive here this end. He's ignoring all those yellows. Not worried about leaving those in play. Wants to focus on getting his in a good position here. So having Matt Cam draw in behind those yellows in the house, using them as guards if possible.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's great. Line's great. Line's
Likes the
great.
line here. You can see lots
Line's
of
great.
late curl here on this ice.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
Jason,
Go ahead, Jay.
Jason
Go,
Cam
go,
to try and
go,
finish
go,
this
go.
over, try and
Go,
get it
go,
buried as much
go.
as possible.
Attaboy. Good
Not
job.
worried about it being behind the T line even. They need to try and make it as inaccessible to Team Whyte as possible there. So they put it just behind T line
No.
on the side of the button. Team Whyte gonna just try and freeze now to it there. You can see that rock is fully buried behind those two yellows. Ross hoping that with a good freeze here, they can force John to just take one or maybe even still steal this end themselves.
Line's good. Just get
But if
it.
they can get
No
that
bounce
there,
on
it's
this
going to be
line.
very hard for John to
Can't
score a
bounce on this line.
multiple
Carve.
this end
Carve
with
it
how
then.
things are set up.
Carve. Whoa. Straight.
Don't want to bounce here. Just a tiny little bounce there, but it's a great lineup there for Ross. He is now sitting shot rock on the top of the button, mostly buried around those 2 yellow rocks in the top of the house. John now thinking the angles aren't looking great, and he's running out of space to score, so it might be time to start cleaning this up. Bailing out a bit on this end. So they're going to try and go and hit this yellow across the nose of the second yellow. Might be able to get all 3 yellows while leaving his red that's in the back of the 4-foot.
Whoa, please.
Fudge.
Doesn't quite get it across the face. Leaves his shooter out in the front of the house. Rolls the 1 yellow stone off to the side of the 8-foot.
Sorry, John.
It's okay.
Ross will need to be careful. There is a double that can be made on those 2 yellows for John, so he's not going to want to leave that there for
Like
him.
if we're on the corner here, he can't get onto this one. And he's always open, unless he gets the spin up that way, and then we're just chucking guard anyway. Because this is always staying here.
So then you just walk on.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with your call if you want to play it, but we have to throw a bit of weight so we don't probably kill this.
Yeah.
I think we're missing it anyway, but it's...
Firm hat. If you're into this though, you're probably kind of really good into this, right?
Okay.
I wouldn't mind throwing it, just get this away.
Okay. Good
firm
hat. Yep.
You've seen a couple down here, they kind of do snap a touch, but almost if we can go...
You almost are rolling in a good hack into that.
Yeah, that's good.
It's it's just either or. Either make it straight roll or you're rolling into this.
Either's close, mate.
Okay.
So Team White thinking the best way to avoid leaving a double here on the yellows for John is to actually hit their own rock and roll in towards the center. They don't mind if it rolls in and taps their yellow onto the red, or if it just rolls over frozen onto it. Both are great results for Ross. Obviously, he's not going to be throwing this as hard as John's team would have to throw it to make the double takeout. And that's a key part of this shot. It's making sure you know what weight you need to only focus on the hit and roll here.
Whoa. Carl. Hard, Carl. Hard. Really hard.
Trying to push with Pearl here to get that roll in. Look at that. Rolls over. Very nice. Leaves the yellows sitting lined up that they would clip the red if there's any action made on those yellows. Sitting 1 currently for Team White. Team Epping's rock at the back of the 4-foot is second shot.
Obviously make the double run on this side, but that's too hard.
John joking that the double run on that side of the house is there, but it's a little too hard to attempt here. We all know that John's got some experience in big games, though, making angle takeouts. And he is considered one of the best at them in the field, but even he's saying that one might be a little too difficult to take on at this point in the game.
Then hope that he misses kind of the double guard on it.
So looking to run this back at the 2 yellows, hoping to spill some of these rocks, open up the scoring area for himself, knowing that at this point he could be forced to just as 1, but scoring is important here this end for him.
Pat. Whoa.
Just a little wide, going to run it by those ones. Still leaves Team White sitting shot rock on the button. I expect we'll see a guard here from Team White, although they're talking through the different options.
If we just straight guard this, or inside it, can we throw here?
Close, but it's tough. You probably don't even need to really guard anything here. Well, if you don't guard the inside, you can maybe blast it and roll edge of 8 and maybe get it going.
you coming in?
No, nothing. They're just concerned about this. I agree, we take off any shots for 2. It's still looking good for a steal. I could just throw it zone 1 right in front of all of those. And he has this triple for blank or 1. And this yellow still might even stuff.
Okay, you're trying to guard up now.
You think this yellow stuffs if he goes to that? I think so. Okay. So we just guard all that and...
Edge button.
Yeah. Even just a hair less. Well, you're stopping all of them, right? You're literally just half stone in this red. Yeah,
Great discussion there from Team Whyte about all the possible options John would have.
So I don't want.
They think that if any play is made on those 2 yellows, there's a very good chance that they actually will still steal 1. Because in order to get both those yellows out, likely the shooter will go and the red on the back of the 4-foot would go, which would leave that yellow sitting off to the side 12 as the only rock left in the house. Possibility would exist that even a triple could be made there, but they're willing to chance that. What they're worried about as the most likely possibility is for John to actually try and play that double run on the reds that he talked about on his last stone. They think that that's his easiest chance to not only score, but possibly even get 2 if it's made perfectly. So they're going to just throw a corner guard up there in front of it.
Aim that in the nose. He can be a hair low and just about.
Having some further discussion there. Maybe rethinking this call. Looks like they're changing course, going to just throw the guard here on those
I'd like to go for a beer soon, guys.
All that rim.
Line's good.
Line should be close.
Curl up a touch.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Get it tight.
Curl
Line's
up a
good for
touch.
tight.
Sweepers like the weight here. Just a nice tight guard on that one. So John will likely already know what he's chosen to do here. They would have had time to think this over, as at the same time Team Whyte was trying to think of all the shots John might try. Looks like he is going to attempt that double run back. Also looking at the possibility of playing the slash in from that tighter guard there on the side.
That one's more natural. I just wish there was a little more angle.
I agree.
I'm worried about this one.
Agree, because it's going to come on this.
You're either drawing the pinhole,
or you're doing that.
more times than not, I'm going to peel my own out.
Thin quarter.
Let's go. It's not like we're firing on all cylinders here.
Thin quarter.
I think so.
Well, it's just how thin you're hitting this, right?
No, 1.
John thinking
It's
that
not like we're really...
the team's not playing at their peak right now and thinking, why not try
we'll peel our
something
own out
here
more than not, but yeah.
with a high difficulty
I got a shot
factor.
for 2. I got a shot for 2.
But if he makes it, it's going to be an amazing shot here and get them
thin,
right back
right?
in the game. Sometimes
thin
you got to
quarter.
take those big risks.
Probably an 8.
John Epping with his last rock here in 4, looking for a thin slash to get to.
Pat. Whoa. Yep. Too thin.
Oh, just gets it too thin over the top. And that'll be a steal of 1 for Team Whyte. They'll take a 5-1 advantage going into the 5th end. Welcome back, everyone, to the semifinals of the Stu Sells Oakville Tankard. Just doing a quick check-in on some of our other games here. You can see on the screen right now, Team Rebecca Morrison of Scotland is up 5-1 now after 4 ends against Team Tabitha Peterson of the US. Team Peterson with the hammer in the 5th end. If you'd like to tune into that game, it is available on our YouTube channel, the Stu Sells channel. That game is being provided with commentary from Colleen Jones and Kim Kelly as well. So feel free to switch over to that if you're interested in checking out that game. In our feature game here, we've got Team Ross Whyte against Team John Epping. It is 5-1 for Team Whyte after 4 ends. Team Epping here with the hammer in 5. John just missing a very precise thin slash. Actually hit it too thin, which is remarkably difficult to do at this level, but just missing it too thin to get the pair that he was after in the last end. So similar to last end, you'll expect to see a lot of aggression here out of Team Epping. They're throwing the double corner guard here in the 5th end. This was a bit of a strategy with the 5-rock rule that got popularized by Wayne Madaw a few years ago at the Briar. A lot of teams would try and throw 2 corner guards, one on each side. Wayne felt that would cut off his draw path if he needed to get out of the end later, and found he could get a lot of productivity out of having 2 corner guards on the same side. So John going with that strategy here to start.
Tight, really tight. Almost on it. We are on it.
Looking to throw a guard in the center, but this one's a little heavy here. Needs to even come off those red corner guards there. It's off them.
Straight. Hard. 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 Hard.
It's right into the house there. So 3 counters at the moment for Team Whyte. Blocking that center, also choking off a bit of the path there for Team Epping to draw behind his corner guards. There is room, but those yellows are starting to encroach on the path there for him.
And then just plant it there.
So John trying to think about how's the best way to start getting some
I think we got to try and get something behind this red, right?
I think so.
In position where they can't be taken out, whether it's in front of yellows or whether it's behind his corner guard.
Solid hack.
Not completely worried about removing all of the yellows right now. That'll become something that becomes more pertinent later in the end. Right now, it's about getting his rocks in a good position while starting to move some yellows towards the back of the house, whether they stay or not. So just playing hack weight to do a double tap on the yellows. Big focus here will be the line, trying to make sure they get the right roll.
Just hack.
Whoa.
This is over curling a bit for what they wanted.
Whoa, whisker ticket. Great shot.
Just clipped the one at the top of the house. Their shooter stays there, not under the corner guards, but not in a terrible spot, as there's a couple angles that could drive that red onto a yellow stone and remove it there, while opening back up the center of the house.
Good to this. Firm hack.
I'm okay with this. Then we rip the corner and we've still got a few in play there in the middle.
Team Whyte going to make sure they try and remove that red.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Just make a choice. Neither's bad.
It's up to you.
Neither
Firm
bad.
hack's good, mate.
Yeah, remove the red is the call here. Try and roll over to the other side of the house.
Firm hack. Lead.
Just have to be
Very
careful
firm.
of the angle towards
Very firm.
the rock at the back of the house. Don't want to jam the red on their own yellow. This should go well by it. Rolls over, and that'll leave them sitting 4 now. Quick update on a couple of the other semifinals out on the ice.
To go right around now.
Team Mowat currently leads Team Schuster 5-1
these yellows are our
after 4
desperate
ends. Team Mowat with the hammer there. We gave you an update on Team
You might have to make
Morrison
this
leading
nose
Team
double.
Peterson, and
think?
also Team Seongyeon Ha of Korea is currently leading Delaney Strauss 6-0.
They rip. We got nowhere to go.
After 3 ends. That one appears to be a final now.
You can't really go over
It
here.
looks
I
like
got nowhere to
Team
go.
Ha has defeated Team
You're right.
Strix.
At least if you make this double, you'll be on paint.
Okay.
They hit, hopefully then you go around.
Yeah.
I think we're running out with it. Okay. I mean, ideally you'd make the double and roll there would be great.
Yeah, that's
right?
ideal.
So, yeah. Like firm, yeah.
Yeah, see if you can make it, Pat. Try to roll in front of the yellow.
So hoping to remove a couple yellows here and roll their shooter over in front of the yellow that's on the center line if they can. So with this to try and hit it thick, but get a big one if they can.
Whoa!
Pretty close.
Sit. Ah,
Good
almost
try,
a really
Patty.
good line call.
Really close.
Almost a really good line call.
Almost. Way to go.
They wouldn't have minded that one yellow staying at the back of the house. You heard them kind of saying sit. That would have provided them backing in behind their corner guards to make it more difficult for Team White to remove any reds that were in behind there. It does roll 2 yellows out, so it does open up a bit more space in the house for Team
Close,
Epping.
I think so.
I like the corner then.
Team White there discussing whose second shot. They know their shot rock with their rock on the top of the 4, thinking that they might already be second shot, so they can ignore the red at the top of the house right now.
I think a third touch of the top was
Instead, what they'll do is they'll make a play on this tight corner guard. If they can get the red in the house with it, that's a bonus for them there. Should be lots of weight coming from Robin Bryden here on this rock.
I guess.
Peels the guard, clips the one in the top of the 12, makes the double. And now definitely Team White sitting 2 in the house. John still has the higher corner guard here.
I think so.
Just bite.
Yeah. Just bite.
Here I'm asking just bite. What he's trying to do is make sure they're in the house as high as possible so that it's very hard for White to get around the guard and take it out. Not worried about even being shot or second shot here. He's thinking he'll deal with those other yellows later on. Wants for now to try and get one that's not easy to remove for Team White.
Whoa early. Okay, then broom off if you can. Yeah, pat. Yeah, go ahead, Pat. Yeah, go ahead.
Pat trying to push this over here.
Keep going.
Trying to get some of it buried if they can. It's a little deeper than they wanted, but if they can get it under that guard, it's probably about 3/4 buried behind that guard. A little bit of accessible for Team White. It's deep enough that they have some room to play with by the guard there. Nice easy weight here.
Carl.
Robin Bryden's second stone.
Carl, clean. Yep.
It's by the guard with a bit of extra room. Curls over and pops the red out.
Good shot.
Shooter rolls all the way to the back 12. Now sitting 3 yellow in the house. Similar call here from John. You can see this time not motioning to just be a biter. They won't have as much time to remove yellow stones after this, so they do need to play to try to be at least third shot, maybe even second shot after this finishes. They'd love to be tight to that guard though, so that it can be maybe over buried if anything. Team White knows this path really well for needing to hit something out there. This has a long way to curl, though, to get behind that guard.
Keep going.
And Whyte was pretty good. Unfortunately, the line stays wide open here. Ross will play the hit and roll. Try to leave himself sitting 4, which at that point John will no longer be able to ignore all those stones in the house and won't have an opportunity to try and just draw behind that corner guard.
Yeah, even just hold 8 foot over here.
Ross with his first here in the 5th end, leading by 4.
Yep.
Yep. Gotta go.
Whoa. Whoa.
Clean. Whoa. Yep.
On and off a bit with the line call. They like this.
Whoa.
It's the hitch. Rolls over into the 8 foot on the other side of the house. Now sitting 4 yellow. So John now changing course here, trying to think where can he put this rock that it can't be removed while still potentially giving him a chance for 2. So he's going to try and freeze right on the nose of the yellow stone in the top of the 4 foot.
Just freeze a fraction on your side.
Yeah, that just frees a fraction on the one side. What they're hoping then is to freeze a fraction on the side where the yellow rock is on the 8 foot, so that if they try to blast it, the only direction the red could go is towards it and might catch the back of it and stay in the house.
Okay, then we'll sweep it.
Sweeper's got a little heavy here. John telling him to stay off of it.
Curl, Jay. Curl. Okay, that's fine, Jay. This is too hard.
Wait, just a little heavy. Taps the yellow to the top of the button and spills off. This will give Ross an open hit to remove that red. Just needs to make sure that he doesn't hit it back onto the yellow at the back of the 12 foot there. Want to figure out where he wants a shooter to end up here, but the more important thing is making sure that red goes away so that John has no opportunity for a pair this end. Rocks, you can see on our neighboring sheet 2 there being pushed back. That would be a win for Team Mowat versus Team Schuster, so Mowat will be moving on to the finals today.
Curl.
Okay.
Whoa.
Just going to pick this out. Now goes the red, rolls out of the house. Team White sitting 4 as John Epping will now throw his last. He'll look to make a nose hit on that rock that's on the top of the button. Just keep his shooter there and try and collect his 1 point this end.
Stirling didn't. Kind of threw it. I went, I'm not too close to this one.
It's just like back in this area.
Clean.
Yep. Whoa.
Like it out of John's hand here. Weight's good. Line looks
clean.
very nice. Coming directly towards the yellow, just keeping it a good clean.
Go, John.
Hits it almost right on the nose. That'll be 1 red, so that'll make it 5-2. Team White still leading as we head to the 6th end. We'll be right back after a break.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stew Cells team's brand new listing. And we are out here in Waterdown. And you know what? If you are sick and tired of being in the city, you know, we all love Toronto. I love Toronto, but you know what? Maybe it's a little bit too crowded. Maybe there's a little bit too much gridlock. Maybe there's no place to walk and go see cool stuff. So come on out to Waterdown. It's awesome. Beautiful little village you can walk, great shops, cafes. We have the Waterdown Memorial Park just over the street. It's got a splash pad, baseball diamond. It's got a skateboarding thing for kids. We have a huge Fortino's. I was in there today getting flowers. It's crazy, that store. It's unbelievable. So you have Bike Pass, and you have the Bruce Trail, and you have a ton of parks. And we're in this lovely, quiet little subdivision. And look behind me, just say friggin' gorgeous. This house is spectacular. Custom built, beautiful finishes. We have decor black stainless steel appliances, quartz counters throughout, 3/4-inch white oak hardwood floor, ceramic tile. You want light, you want windows, you want bright. This house is gorgeous, super modern, open concept main floor, living, dining. It's got a butler's pantry, this office on the main floor. Upstairs we have 3 bedrooms, and you know what? Every bedroom gets their own bathroom. And the master has a steamed glass shower in it with a beautiful soaker tub. It's just luxury, luxury, high-end, luxury, high-end, luxury, high-end. This home is gorgeous. So go to StuSells.ca, see all the photos, the videos, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour.
Welcome back to the 6th end here, the Stu Sells Oakville Tankard. Team Epping getting their single point in the 5th end there to bring the score to 5-2. Team Whyte now with the hammer in the 6th end. John Epping's team quickly with the double center guards set up to try and build a potential steal this end. You can expect with the score the way it is that John will get very aggressive here. He's going to probably push all out for a steal this end, I would imagine. Team Whyte hoping to make that have no opportunity by throwing that one in the top 4. Pat Jansen, unfortunately, they're clipping their guard at the center line, not able to get into the house. And Ross stepping right up to start peeling those guards now that the 5 rock rule is passed for this end. This one a little wide. They're just going to get the high guard. Still a good result. This level, they're often looking to try and get the double peel if they can, but still important to make sure you get one on that shot. John now trying to identify where he likes this high guard to be replaced at. Looking for a little different spot than where it was before. A little more on the right-hand side of center line from our vantage point there. What that'll do is that'll leave a little bit of a path accessible to the Yellowstone that's on the 4-foot, while at the same time guarding his rock that's closest to center line that's tight to the house. That's the important one for John right now, is that tight center guard that's available on the right-hand side. So this is essentially a guard on his guard right now. Sweepers are backed right off this one, sliding deeper than they would have liked here, coming almost to that one. Just a bit of a struggle here for Pat in this game.
Crazy. That's crazy fast. Just need a 5-second.
Hear them saying that's crazy fast. These players are saying it's fast. You can definitely take it to the bank that is fast ice right there.
Yep. So hard. Really gotta go.
Potentially triple peel here. It's 1, 2. Doesn't quite get them to spill. Actually leaves 2 reds in the house there.
Good job.
Just a bit of bad luck on where those reds ended up. At the same time, push them all away from the center.
I don't know.
And that's the big part there for Whyte. He's able to get all the rocks away from the center of the rings, leaving it wide open. His main goal this end will be scoring and just making sure he doesn't get into any trouble where John has a chance at a steal here.
I don't mind this. Guard in the red.
I think so.
John now calling the guard on the reds here.
Yeah.
Thinking later on, maybe those will still be able to be there, and if he can, late in the end, get rid of that yellow in the center, knowing that Ross is likely going to go just keep peeling reds here. Maybe if he's got those, he might be able to get a fortunate break and get a hit and roll out at the last rock or a missed draw and get a steal that way.
Go ahead, Jay.
This really needs to curl and get over in front of those reds. Jason Cam on the brush.
Whoa. It's a good spot, Matt.
Excellent pressure put on the brush there by Jason Cam to push that off to the side. Gets it almost completely lined up with the back red stone in the house.
2 thirds.
Ross going to ignore that. Try and make the double on the reds here if he can. This is pretty close here. Runs it back, stuffs it on top, but with enough of an angle and weight that it kicks out across the top, gets both reds out, rolls the shooter away, leaving a very solitary yellow stone in the center of the house on the button.
Yeah, lock it.
Quick update for those who are following on our channel. In our other semi-final game that's still out on the ice, Team Rebecca Morrison of Scotland is currently leading Team Tabitha Peterson 5-3 after
Just full
5
4,
ends.
just full 4.
Team Morrison with
Just
the
full
hammer
4.
and 6 with that lead there.
Okay, then don't sweep. Full 4. Line's good. Line's good.
John asking for
I'd love
full
to see it
4.
curl a bit.
Wants it to be right on top of the yellow if possible.
Well then.
As close to frozen as they can here. Gets it pretty tight, not quite frozen to it, but very tight to it there. Close enough that this attempted peel here by Team Whyte, there's a good chance it'll clip their yellow and clear all the rocks. That is the intended purpose there of that shot from Team Epping, is to try and use this attempted peel here by Team Whyte to get rid of their own rock in addition to John's rock, thus freeing him up to be able to go around his corner guard. There's the peel made, though, very nicely done. Doesn't even touch the yellow in the house. Great shot there from Robin Bryden. John will try the freeze once again here. To freeze this right on the nose of that yellow stone if at possible. If anything, maybe a hair on the side that would then slide towards his corner guard if it's hit.
Line's going to be close.
An angle that would remove it.
I like to see a bit of curl.
Sweepers holding back. They think it might be a little bit heavy here.
Straighter.
Looks like it's just going to tap the yellow.
Try, John.
So a little tap, a few inches of space there. Ross will once again go for the peel here to try and just pick out this red stone.
Let's try, bud.
faster. Really didn't think I overthrew it on him.
Might be that extra off down there too. I don't know.
True.
It's hard to. It's at the exact.
So once again, Ross will hopefully just pick out the red here. Doesn't want to touch his yellow if he can avoid it. That would give John a free chance to draw around that corner guard.
I'd like to think I'll make it.
You can also hit this right on the nose. If he hits it on the nose, his yellow stone will go at the back or on the button there. However, his shooter would stay. So either result is quite acceptable here for Ross as long as he keeps one of his yellows around.
We're thinking nose and still throw in, mate.
I suppose for them.
Good part about the nose option here is his stone will then definitely be above the tee line, meaning that even if John were to freeze to it, that Ross would still be shot rock. So it won't be something that John would go for. John would have to make a hit of some kind or a tap back. Gets to nose, spills the rock on the back of the button, rolls over to the side 8 foot there. Very good shot. John gonna see if he were to go behind the corner, could he be shot there if that's an easier option for him? Or should he play the freeze on the yellow instead?
Unless you try a peel, hit and roll, but
Yeah, just stay full 8.
So they're going to go around the corner guard and try to be shot rock. You heard him say he needs to stay full 8.
Full 8.
If they go any less than full 8, if it's just half 8, then Team White will already be shot rock and won't need to worry about making any play at John Stone. Just threw a draw on his last one. Should have a close feel for the weight on this.
Whoa if you can. Whoa if you can.
line's good.
On it there. John
line's good actually,
wanting
boys.
it to curl a bit
Whoa if you can though. Still whoa if you can.
If you need to go, it's Jay's
okay,
draw.
yeah, go if you have to.
Curl.
Yeah, Jay if you can.
Curl.
Gotta stay full 8. Go,
Curl.
Jay.
No, you can't hurt it. Keep going.
Go, Jay.
And will stay full 8.
Sorry, guys, I didn't give you good speed to manage.
Didn't get it fully buried, though. It's almost fully exposed there for Ross.
Sorry. Didn't give you good speed to manage down there for curl.
Here, John saying you didn't give him good speed to manage it. That lighter weight that he threw forced the sweepers to be on it almost the whole way, and that would have kept the rock a little bit straighter a long time there. That's what John's referring to on that stone. Ross now with his last rock here in the 6th end, hoping for a hit and stay for 2 to give him a sizable 5-point advantage here after 6 ends. Calling the curl on for this. Kind of popped the stone back towards center on his release. Looks like he's going to get a big piece of the red here. Does he stick around? And he'll stick around, and that'll be handshakes. Ross Whyte with a 7-2 win over John Epping after 6 ends, and Team White will move on to the finals to face Bruce Mallett later this afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to Stu Sells Oakville Tankard here on YouTube.